Well, greetings from the sales floor of Ellingson Motorcars here in Rogers, Minnesota, a suburb of Minneapolis, Minnesota. Today we're going to talk about Henry Ford's famous 1932 Ford, and this is a really special one. It is the Sports Coupe. Give you all the details in a moment. Well, greetings from the sales floor of Ellingson Motorcars here in Rogers, Minnesota, northern suburb of Minneapolis, Minnesota. Today we are going to talk about our latest addition to our inventory, a 1932 V8 Model 18 Ford Sports Coupe. I'll tell you what, 32 Ford was a big step in the right direction for old Henry Ford. He kind of kept it a secret from even his son, who was the president of the company, but he wanted to come out with something that was going to be totally revolutionize the entire world. Now you're going to want to watch this entire video from start to finish because we're going to give a cold start, we're going to do a walk around, give you all the details that you are interested to know about this particular car. And you can also click on the link in the description and it'll take you right to our website. And it'll give you all the information on this car, pricing, and the likes. Plus, you have access to our close to 100 cars and trucks and automobiles of every sort from the 1920s to the 1970s and beyond. If you're looking for that classic collectible car, visit our website at www.ellingsonmotorcars.com. But yes, old Henry Ford, he came up. I mean, the Model A for the 4-year run was a spectacular deal. Lots of people had Fords and whatever. So he says 1932, they're going to come out with the famous Flathead V8 Ford engine. And this one is nonetheless, does have a real flathead in it. And as I said, a Model 18. Now, a lot of people think of 32 Fords as Model Bs, which you all thought they were V8s. No, 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 it was the first year. A lot of people, just like when Chevrolet came out with the V8 in 1955, many of these cars came with the ever reliable old 4-cylinder that worked just fine for many folks, and they didn't really know much about this new V8 motor thing and whatnot. But needless to say, Ford set a precedence where they made V8 flathead motors all the way up in this country till 1953. That's a nice long run for any particular motor combination or whatnot. Beautiful car all the way around. I mean, I just love beautiful chrome headlights. The chrome is really nice on this car. All 32s have black fenders. That's something that you learn. But it also is a really neat color. It is Cherokee Grey. Very neat color with the pinstriping that runs down the belt line or whatever. And of course, the real bright colors. That was a bright color they put on the wire wheels that they did in this time. The other interesting note, of course, is the little hubcap. Does have the V8 emblem on there as well as in the front. We've got the V8, so they wanted people to know if you drove up in this new Ford that, oh, look at that, it's one of those V8s. So, it was a big deal back in 1932. Of course, we're right in the middle of the Depression, whatever, but Henry still hit a grand slam with this engine combination and whatnot. Now, earlier I said this is a 1932 Sports Coupe, which is kind of a rare model to say the least. Not the rarest 32 Ford, but one of the rarest ones, having a little under 2,000 of these things were built. Now, the Sports Coupe is very unique in that it has the canvas top with the Landau bars, and it has a rumble seat. That is really a neat thing. So it actually is basically a 4-seat automobile. One of the interesting things everyone says, they put the rumble seats in some of these cars when the back window didn't come out. Well, that was to get the mother-in-law away from you. Well, this particular thing, most sports coupes would have the back window that you could take out and you could talk to the person in the back. I still think it was so challenging to get into these cars. I don't know what they were thinking back in the day to step on those little plates and whatever, that they have on the fender and have to step on the seat and get in the car. But hey, it was an economical car. People were looking for value. They're looking for uniqueness. I guess that's why the Sports Coupe is really kind of one of those particular models. Take a look at the inside. I mean, very Spartan, if you will. I mean, it's still got the 3-speed manual transmission. All Fords at that time, that was your standard transmission on every Ford. Look at the dash. I mean, you have minimal instrumentation, you know, speedometer, looks like you got a gas gauge. No, they don't have oil pressure, temp gauge. The starter button is in the middle between the clutch pedal and the brake pedal. There's a little pedal on a button on the floor. That's how you start this particular 32 Ford. Nice interior. I mean, it's like I said, it was the air conditioning that they had in 1932 didn't exist other than flip the front windshield, loosen the things in the front windshield, or open the vent in the front. That was the way you got air circulating through the car. You know, running board still very popular. And again, it's got the single tail light on this, rumble seat. Just really, really a special, special car. Now, you can find all of our cars on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram as well. Give us a like, leave us a comment, or subscribe. We appreciate it very much. You'll find this car on those sites, as well as our current inventory, and as an added bonus, you'll see some of the cars that we've sold over the years as well. So take a look at those sites. Lots of interesting stuff. If you're an old car aficionado, that's kind of fun to do that kind of stuff. You know, this car, you know, they don't really have what they call a Continental kit, but they do have the rear mounted spare on these things. I mean, the tires in those days were kind of a little suspect at best, but beautiful. I just love the wide whites like that. I mean, it just really, really sets off a car with black fenders and the bright chrome orange wheels and the chrome center caps. Just really gives this car a very, very special look. Now, if you're like me, maybe you're going to say, you know, I got to come down and take a look at that. You know, it's just one of those cars I've always dreamed of having in my collection. Everyone wants to have a 32 Ford. What's nice about this one, it's very stock. It hasn't been modified, turned into any kind of a hot rod or street rod or whatever, and she's all Henry Ford steel. I mean, it's all steel. This is not a fiberglass body or anything. It is the real McCoy, if you will. Yeah, if you're like me, you might say, you know, I'm going to come down and look. Well, come on down to Ellingson's. We're open Monday through Friday from 10 to 5 and Saturdays 10 to 4. So if you want to see it in person, we'd love to have you come down and visit us for sure. Now, if you got any other questions, always feel free to call us during business hours. We're at 763-428-7337. We can give you all the insights and answer any questions you may have on this car or any of our other cars in inventory as well. And we can also assist you if say you purchase a car from us. We can help you get financing arranged. We can send you in the right directions. We can help with shipping. I mean, we ship cars all over the United States and, for that matter, all over the world. Just sent a car out last week going to Zurich, Switzerland. So, you know, there are people collecting these old cars all over the world. Why not you be the next guy to have one of these in your garage so you can have some fun and let some people really enjoy the old classic car world? The other thing I always tell people, when you buy a given make or whatever, join that local car club. Really nice folks in these car clubs. The National Car Club also can help you if you have any additional technical questions. They can also have a newsletter if there's parts that you're looking for or whatever. I mean, it's really just something good to do. Whatever brand of car you buy, Ford, Chevy, Hudson, Studebaker, you name it. There's a national organization and lots of local clubs as well. So, well, today we really appreciate you watching this. This is the only one of these I've had in 30 years. So you don't see very many of those Model 18 flathead Ford 32s of any sort, and we've got one right here on the sales floor. Well, thanks for visiting today. We will see you next time at www.ellingsonmotorcars.com.